大家记得保持安静。我们还有1分钟即将要开始了，所有的座位大家可以随便坐。在这个读书会的时候呢，只有40分钟，请大家保持安静，谢谢你们的合作。各位上师、教授师、法师、同门善信大德，以及网络直播线上的各级弘法人员及同门，大家午安，大家好，欢迎大家再次来参加苏墨传世间读书会。今天我们读书会为大家邀请到金刚雷藏寺住持莲者上师，以英语来与大家分享师尊的文集第154册。智慧的光环，让我们以热烈的掌声欢迎莲者上师。现在我们先请真佛波业藏基金会的代表线上供养，以表诚挚的谢意。接下来，我们一起来聆听莲者上师的导读。
阿弥陀佛。Before we begin, let's pay homage to His Holiness Guru Grand Master, Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Pay homage to all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and Dharma protectors in all 10 directions. And pay homage to Buddhas, Dharma, and Sangha. Here I pray for the empowerment for today so that I can share His Holiness Living Buddha's teaching with good, virtuous intention. And may all sentient beings benefit from the ocean of wisdom, from the teaching of His Holiness, Guru Grand Master, Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. His Holiness Grand Master, Sumo Tenzin Gyatso Rinpoche, all masters, senior reverends, Dharma instructors, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, honored guests, and all disciples here, and those who are watching via internet. It has been almost a year since the last time I was here in August 20th, 2017. Greetings, Tashitale. Good afternoon, good morning, or good night, wherever you are. From 4 preliminary practice to the great perfection, external to internal practices, worldly to transcendental practices, deity yoga to haruka practices, common to uncommon practices, fire and water offerings, and even supreme teachings of the Tibetan Buddhism, such as Dzogchen, Mahamudra, Lamjue, and Yamatanka practices, all are included in the system of the true Buddha Dhamma, Tantra. As of today, there are 268 volumes of books written by His Holiness, Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, revealing and explaining the mysteries in Buddhism. I'm here to share the book number 154, The Aura of Wisdom, the Insight of Tathagata, with you because Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, an enlightened being, explains in detail the essence of Tibetan Buddhism. This book contains 90+ chapters, and each chapter delivered the teachings in a way that could be understood by the capacity of the readers, advanced level as well as introductory level. By opening your heart to these precious teachings, you will find yourself illuminated by the light of truth. This book can be purchased at Oakland Vajaya Temple or read it free at www.tbboyeh.org. Let's begin to explore together the wisdom of His Holiness by examining the book into 3 sections. Please, diagram. If you look at the diagram, here we have 3 sections. The first one, we explain the root guru with the true Buddha school. His Holiness Root Guru's essays regarding the importance of the Root Guru, and the information regarding our True Buddha School. So if you look at the chart, they have chapters: Preface, Spiritual Conviction; 1, Arrogance; 7, the chapter 7, a True Acharya; 15, True Buddha School; 16, True Practice; 17, Respecting the Guru; 23, Dharma Name; 33, the Guru's Power of Blessing. The one in red are the ones that we're going to deal with the detail. If you notice, then the second section will be sadhana. And there are many chapters in introductory practices, and the advanced level will be chapters following. The advanced level I'm not going to talk about today. I'm going to basically talk about introductory practices. And the third section will be the Buddhist teachings. There's a refuge, precepts, and rules that Grandmaster have taught us about the teachings of Buddhism. So let's begin chapter in the preface, Spiritual Convictions. I'm going to stress the point, and this article is written for disciples who have just taken refuge, have begun the initial practice of True Buddha School Tantra. As a novice, it's important that you have faith in the Root Guru, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. This is the very heart of the spiritual conviction. I want to share this with all the True Buddha practitioners so that we may encourage each other. By the way, if you have a book at home, this book, the chapters I mentioned is actually increased by 1. Let's say if I mention chapter 7, you have the book, it's actually chapter 8. The reason being, in the True Buddha book, BOYEH, they combine the preface and the spiritual conviction. So there's missing a chapter. So when I mentioned chapter 7, in the real book, English book, it will be chapter 8. Okay? So let you know that. And we go through chapter 7. The chapter 7 mentioned, I highlighted. Let's go there now. A True Buddha Acharya. This time, I will stress the point because I'm not going to go reading everything, but I want to make sure, however, you read what I'm highlighting. Grandmaster have the Dharma hat of a Merirapa, the Dharma robe of Gandan Tripa, the Dharma seal belonging to Satya throne holder, a Vajra bell, and a bottle belonging to lineage gurus. Those practice texts are transmitted personally by the lineage masters, gurus. So this is authenticating our true Vajra master, which is our Grand Master, our good Guru, Master, Grandmaster, Living Buddha. Now we're going to go through chapter 17. I know it's going a little fast because I have 12 chapters to cover. It is a very important book to realize that this is an important book to read and also to understand. Chapter 17, and the book will be chapter 18, Respecting the Guru. In here, I will share with you the section in which I will mention in His Holiness book. I am respectful to any teachers who has taught me at one time or another, and I shall always abide by the instructions. When Padmasambhava rode on his horse and ascending to the sky, he said, "Only those who honor the Guru, treasure the Dharma, and practice diligently shall attain enlightenment." And then he goes and one more time, he said, "I have indeed lived up to his statement." We all know Grandmaster have always taught us in his sermon, in his teaching, that he always respects his lineage masters. Every time he's mentioned or begin his talk, he mentioned our lineage masters. So it is important that we do the same. Now we're going to go to chapter 33, the Guru's Power of Blessing, which is chapter 34 in the book. The Guru's power of blessing. Well, I want to share with this story and also in the book. A certain story is widespread in Tibet. It goes like this. A Lama climbed up a huge tree where a beehive was found. The bees are buzzing around the Lama, and the Lama whispered to the bees, "Don't sting me." And interestingly, the bees ignored the Lama and did not sting him at all. Another Lama saw this and very puzzled and wanted to know the secret of avoiding being stung by the bees. The Lama who has not stung by the bees revealed that there's no secret to this except that he just told the bees not to sting him. The reason being that he asked his blessing, his root guru, so that he mentioned the fact that, "Guru, please do not have the bees sting me." Therefore, the bees did not sting him. However, the other Lama didn't know that, and he repeated what he did, and what happened? He got stung badly. So that's the teaching. Wherever we do, in every aspect of our lives, we have to ask this Grandmaster's teaching, our blessing. That's the most important things in our lives, especially our True Buddhist School disciples. Whatever we do, even eating, showering, every day, every moment of the day, when we ask His blessing, He always will be with us. When you're hard with us, and always be with us. And that's the teaching, the most important teaching of all. Now, the sadhana. The reason being I want to talk about the sadhana is because we all have to practice. Grandmasters have taught us many things, but the most important that we need to practice every day. We may take advantage of the situation, so, "Oh, I can always get the blessing, I'm here all the time." But yet, if you're not practicing it at all, Grandmaster will not bless you because you're not practicing. So we need to do the sadhana. Foremost important is understanding the sadhana. So let's go to chapter 88. I mentioned the title is All the Sadhanas of the True Buddhist School. When we all practice, and whoever we practice every day, those are the 3 sections that we need to share with you. The preparation practice include the evocation, the great homage, mandala offering, the fourfold refuge, the 4 immeasurable vows, armor protection, recitation of the High King Avalokita Sevala Sutra, and the rebirth mantra. Those are the most important part in the beginning. We prepare ourselves to the main practice. The main practice, however, we know the visualization, the mudra, the hand gesture in which you practice the deity. It could be Vajrasattva, it could be Guru Yoga, or your personal deity. You form the mudra, visualize, and then after that you chant the mantra. And then after the mantra, you do the 9 cycle breathing exercise, and then enter the meditation, which is called samadhi. That is itself is a very important point. This is the practice we all have to realize it. It is to become that deity, whatever that deity may be. So this very main practice is very important. I will share that with you, more on that later. And then the concluding practice include the verses of praise, prayers, repentance, and dedication. In the sadhanas of the Tibetan Buddhism, the evocation begins with evoking the lineage guru to bless the completion of the cultivation. This is to illustrate that one should never forget the root guru. Recite the guru's heart mantra 7 times, 21 times, 49 times, or even 108 times. Then begin the stages of the cultivation. The lineage gurus felt that such a cultivation of the progressive stages will yield better results. I would like to personally emphasize to all True Buddhist School disciples, you must focus and take great care to experience the process of visualization, mantra recitation, mudra, and the instruction in every stage of the sadhana. Put your heart into ensuring the sadhana is practiced to perfection. And in so doing, cultivate diligently day after day without ever losing your initial spiritual motivation or conviction. We can do gung-ho in the beginning, and then we get lazy, and then we eventually do not practice at all. I know a lot of people like that, and unfortunately, we're here to hopefully encourage one another not to do that. And that's the reason I want to share that book with you. And then the next chapter I want to share with you is the importance of the four preliminary practice. In the Grandmaster's books, chapter 46, in the internet, in the Boyer, and also in the book 47, it mentioned the importance of the four preliminary practices. Grandmaster was asked once, what is the most important practice? He answered, the four preliminary practices. He says, why? Because four preliminary practice is the foundation of Vajrayana Buddhism. If the foundation is weak, all cultivation is simply like building castle in the air. When we begin our cultivation of the Vajrayana practice, we must first build the foundation. As preparation for the ground of cultivation, see, indeed, hence, we must do these preliminary practices. A lot of people say, oh, I got the Haruka empowerment. It go immediately to the practice without even do the 100-syllable mantra. So I would advise, and then also from experience, I have taken refuge since 1993. And to this day, I'm still practicing preliminary practice. And Guru Yoga, of course. I just want to share that with you. And then once you perfect that, I think you're all set. That's what Grandmaster have said many, many times. The preliminary practice are each in bed with the profound significance. And he included, one, the fourfold refuge. Why fourfold refuge? Because we have to take refuge in His Holiness, the Root Guru. That's first, most important. Second, the Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, Shakyamuni Buddha, and all the Buddhas in the past, present, and future. And then the Dharma, of course, the teaching of Buddha. And then finally, last but not least, the Sangha, the group, the monks, past, present, and future, monks and nuns, masters, reverends, whoever have renunciated. Without them, without us, we wouldn't be even propagating the Dharma, teaching the Dharma, the teaching. So the fourfold refuge is very important that we do that all the time. The mindfulness of that we have relied upon Guru, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Rely on them so that we can be better person and also to better in our practice. Have faith, that's important, the most important, faith. I will mention that later on in our speech. So, again, I mentioned that, and I'm going to go to chapter 63. One mantra, one practice, and one personal deity. I understand that Grandmaster every week has different deities because Grandmaster has all the oceans of wisdom, all the Dharma in his teaching. However, as any one of us know that we cannot feasibly or possibly to practice all the deities in all in completion. So this is a very important chapter for those who want a lot but do not, want to continue to practice and feel no results. And chapter 63 in the internet and the 64 in the book is a true Buddha, as a true Buddha practitioner, we must remember that we need to complete the required amount of recitation of the Guru mantra, hopefully 8 million times, the mantra of personal deity, and the mantra of the protector. Those are the three roots that I mentioned last year. I'm sure you have heard many times. Those are three important deities. Your personal, the Guru, which is the power of all, and the deity, and your protector. When you achieve spiritual resonance with the Guru Yoga, you're not far from achieving a spiritual resonance or response, in other words, through the personal deity yoga and the protector practice. This is because when we achieve spiritual resonance with your Guru, your personal deity and the protectors will eventually or naturally come along and give us the blessing. And that's the most important. I think I want to share that with you. And then the next chapter I want to share with you will be chapter 70. Pamakumara Mudra and the method of using the belt and the vajra. When I first took refuge in 1993, I attended to the discourse of the Buddha teaching in May in 1993. His Holiness mentioned Vajra belt. That is from heaven. He did not know that, but it would appear to him he's followed the Vajra belt. And I believe it totally, because it appeared to me that I need to focus on his teaching and concentrate on his teaching. And sure enough, this chapter explains that. Let's read this part. Since the Pamakumara city of Pure Land, the Pamakumara deity, its mudra, its mantra, and the method of using the bell and vajra are available only in the True Buddha school. It can be said that they form the uncommon practice. So use it wisely, use it to our benefit, to benefit not just ourselves, but for the all sentient beings. So I think I want to share that with you, with the sadhana. And then next sections I want to share with you is the Grandmaster's Buddhist teachings. It talks about the refuge, precepts, as well as the rules and regulations. And we go to chapter 5, purification of the mind. In the book, chapter 6. So just make sure whoever has a book at home can go to that. Chapter 5, purification of the mind. In a Buddhist teaching, not to do good any evil, to carry out all good deeds, to purify the mind. This is the teaching of the Buddhas. And Grandma says, continue, have written over, at that time, 150 books, and we know it's 268 now. See how time flies, huh? 268 books. And he said, seriously speaking, he can summarize the millions of words I have written to the 4 words, purification of the mind. In Vajrayana Buddhism, the 3 karmas are transformed into 3 secrets. The secret of the body, would we implement by using the mudra, our hand gesture, this Guru Yoga, Pamakumara's mudra. And then the secret of the speech, which is we chant Om Guru Lian-Sheng Siddhi Hom, or Om Ahom Guru Be Ahasa Sama Lian-Sheng Siddhi Hom. And the secret of the mind. The mind would be purification of mind, being we become Pamakumara ourselves. The purification of the body, mind, and speech are the essence of the teaching of the Buddha. So it is very self-explanatory. This is the most important part to all. So he mentioned again, we need to discern these matters carefully. He mentioned at the end of the sentence, so I would advise there's an important part that he mentioned. And I think we take heed of his teaching. Another chapter I want to mention, it would be chapter 13, keeping the codes and precepts. Any Buddhist, regardless of his affinity with Sutrayana or Vajrayana Buddhism, knows the necessity of keeping discipline. It is necessary to learn the 3 principles of discipline. Meditation, discipline, meditation, and wisdom. Discipline refers to ending of all evil actions. Meditation refers to the stability of the mind in single-pointedness. Wisdom refers to the breaking of illusions to experience reality. What this means is simply through discipline, the pure mind finds peace. And when that mind finds peace, it is easier to enter the deep meditation. With deep meditation, it is possible to perceive all things clearly, allowing wisdom to arise. There are many sets of precepts and codes in Buddhism, including the 5 precepts. We all know that, right? 8 precepts, the 10 precepts, the Bodhisattva precepts, vows, and 250 monastic rules for monks, and 500 for nuns, and so on and so forth. Both Sutrayana and Vajrayana Buddhism must observe these precepts. And also, we have also 14 root downfall. Remember, that's also not included here, but I want to mention. And 50 Guru stanza, 50 stanzas of the Guru devotion. We all have to know that as well. It's not listed here, but I think I want to mention to the fact that our True Buddhist school practice Vajrayana tradition, and we have to know those 2 specifically. And we need to do that, know that, and study that as much as we can. And then we have chapter 43, the next one I want to share with you, the 4-fold and 6-fold refuge. It's similar to the personal deity, actually. And I want to underline the part that really stands out. It says, the body of the Guru symbolized the Buddha himself being on earth. The speech of the Guru symbolized the Buddha's expanding the Dharma. The mind of the Guru symbolized the original purity of the Buddha. This is the reason why the Vajra Master is the embodiment of the 3 truths of the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Remember that. That's stressed again, and again. This is because Vajrayana rules state that the practitioner must first receive the transmission of his personal deity and protector from his Guru before he or she can cultivate those respective practices. I always remember the master before me and shared the wisdom with me. That is, when you realize that when you see personal deity, and one day when you practice long enough, the personal deity, the face of the personal deity look like Grandmaster. Let's say Padmasambhava. I know Padmasambhava is a Guru Rinpoche in Tibet, but when you practice long enough, the Padmasambhava's face is exactly like Guru, our root Guru. So I just want to share that with you, the wisdom. And the protector too. Let's say today we have Mahabala. And then one day when you practice long enough, you see Mahabala's face, even though in raffle form, you will see Guru's face up on top of that. So I want to share that with you, some of the things that other masters have shared that with me as well. Okay? All right, next one, chapter 67. The authenticity of the personal deity. Let's say you practice long enough, and we have maras. I mean, you have inside demons. Sometimes we all have that. We're not purified yet. I mean, hopefully all of us are purified at all time. However, one day you practice long enough, you see something, your personality come in. So let's read that chapter. The most important part I want to share that with you is, if the Vajrayana practitioner see the personal deity and suspects this is an illusory manifestation of the maras, what should the practitioner do? So Grandmaster teaches us here, how to resolve this? He said, when the personal deity appears and the practitioner is unsure of its authenticity, he or she may recite the root Guru's mantra 3 times. Om Guru Ren Satsityam, Om Guru Ren Satsityam, Om Guru Ren Satsityam. By doing so, if the personal deity appears brighter and brighter, or more vivid, this is the true personal deity appear in front of you. And you should continue practice without any moral. And then, however, if it's not, then that is illusory. it's not authentic. So just be careful on that. I just want to share that with you. So very fast. I'm going very fast. I hope it's not too fast for you. But I'm prepared for this speech, so I'm focused and prepared for you, and you don't have to go through. And again, there are many chapters. There are 90 chapters. They're introductory. I'm going to mention introductory level. I'm not going to mention any advanced level, as like Landikish or whatever, Yatam. I'm not going to mention those, in fact. I mean, that's because it's an introductory course. And there's something different people, different advanced levels. So I'm just barely mentioning the introductory courses with you today. These are the chapters I'm sharing with you today. Thanks for your kindness and patience. And all the merits come from His Holiness. We are from His source, from Him. Our inner sanctuary, our power, all from His Holiness, Wood Guru, Grandmaster, Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. You have been a great group of audience. For those who have not taken refuge, either in the internet or anywhere, I'm sure everybody's taking refuge here. If you haven't, please do by all means. Taking refuge means to accept guardians, reliance, and deliverance. The heart of taking refuge lies in one word: faith. Faith is the beginning of all endeavors. Just as the saying goes, faith is the basis of the path, the mother of virtues, nourishing and growing in all good ways, cutting away the net of doubts and ignorance, revealing the unsurpassed world to enlightenment. The doctrine of faith, understanding, practice, and realization as taught in the Buddhism begins with faith, or any religion for that matter. Now in conclusion, I want to thank all the volunteers, all the donors who have helped this event possible. Thanks a million. And for more information of our website, if you're also asking for volunteers, if you're both proficient in both in Chinese and English, please would like to volunteer to translate His Holiness books, please contact the source, which I asked Morgan to put up. It's tbtts.article@gmail.com, or go to Boyer, and then there's a link for you to do that. And it's a good news for those who speak English and cannot understand the Chinese. We have 3 books coming up in September. If you, Morgan, repeat those are kind. 3 new English books coming up, released during September 8th ceremony weekend. If you look at the chart, the books are 196, Refreshing Messages, subtitle, Solving the Puzzles of Life. And book number 240, The Gateway to Infinite Dharma Treasure, subtitle, Secret Formulas of Sheng-yen. And number 254, The Most Glorious Realization. So with that, I would ask everybody to support buying them or buy extra to give them to your friends and family or your neighbors who really interested in Buddhism by spreading the teaching His Holiness. I think that's one of the things we should all do. So with that, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Om Guru and Sri Om.
非常感谢莲者上师与我们分享师尊的文集。让我们再次以热烈的掌声感谢莲者上师。我们也以热烈的掌声感谢大家的护持。下个星期天同样的时间，下午1点半到2点10分，我们将由加拿大温哥华莲之上师来与大家分享师尊的文集第249册，来自佛国的语言。欢迎大家踊跃护持参加，谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。